Hello everyone, welcome to Excelgent with Manjunath. Today's topic is percentages. As the word says, per cent is there, right? So cent means we know that it's 100. So in percentages, we'll always try to calculate the values with respect to 100. So for example, in an examination, if a student got 480 out of 600, so if you want to express his marks in terms of percentages, for 600, he is getting 480. So for 100, how much? So we need to cross multiply. That is 480 into 100 divided by, that is 600, which will give 80 percentages. In percentages, let us consider some x value. Let it be 5000. And if I say it increases by 10%, then usually people will calculate it as 110% of this 5000, that is equal to 5500. And they'll go for manual calculation. But I usually don't recommend this method. You will also get the same answer by another method also, which is the given number is 5000 and 10% of this will give you, that is 500. 10% of 5000 will give you 500. So if you add this 500 to this 5000, then you will get the 5500. You can directly add the values to get the answers, which is comparatively easy.
Let's have a look at the basic concepts in percentages.
Let's assume I have 1000 fruits, and if I say I'll give 50% of it, then you'll expect 500 fruits from it. And if I say I'll give 25% of it, then you'll expect 250 fruits from it. When I say 50% of it, you calculate it for half of it, and when I say 25% of it, you calculate it for 1/4 of it, right? So like that, for percentages, if you know its fractional values, then it will be easy for you to calculate the answers. The first one is 100% if I consider, that is 100 by 100 will give you 1. If I consider 75%, that is equal to 75 by 100 is equal to 3 by 4. And if I take 50%, that is 50 by 100, that is equal to 1 by 2. And for 25%, 25 by 100 will give you, that is 1 by 4. So these are all conversion from percentages to fraction, and also for decimal, and I'll also write the decimal values of these. For 1, yeah, that is 1 only, okay. And this is 0.75, this is 0.5, and this is 0.25.
These are all some of the standard values. Remembering all these standard values will help you to solve problems conveniently or in a simplified way. If you want to convert any percentages into fraction, we need to divide that percentages by 100. And in similar, if you want to convert any fraction value into percentages, we need to multiply the given value by 100. And the next concept is percentage increase and decrease. Percentage increase or decrease of a quantity is the ratio expressed in percentage of the actual increase or actual decrease of the quantity and the original amount of that quantity.
Percentage increase and percentage decrease. Let us consider one example. Let us take some values A and B. If A salary is 100 and B salary is 25% more than A salary, then B salary will become 125. Now let's see how much A salary is less than B salary. To know that the difference in the salary is 25 and we are comparing with B, so that is 125, and in percentage that is into 100, which is equal to 20%. So A salary is 20% less than B's salary. From these two, we can clearly say that percentage increase will never be equal to percentage decrease. Let's consider another example. Let's take A's value be 100, and if I say in the first year it increases by 10%, first year 10% increase, and in the next year it decreases by 10%. At the end of 2 years, what will be the value of A? So in the first year it increases by 10%, means 10% of 100, that is 10. So in the first year his value will become 110, and we are telling in the second year it decreases by 10%, means 10% of this, that is 11. So and it is decreasing, right? So we need to subtract, which will give you 99. By analyzing this, we can say that here the value increases by 10 and here the value decreases by 11. This is the increased value and this is the decreased value, which are not equal. From this we can conclude that increased percentage will never be equal to decreased percentage. Consider a scenario in which A's value is 100 and B's value is also 100. Now if I say in the first year it increases by 20% and in the next year it decreases by 10%. So first year it increases by 20%, means 20% of 100, that is 20. So we'll add that then we will get 120. And in the next year we are decreasing 10% of it. So 10% of this, decreasing 10% of this means, which is 108. Now let's interchange these values. So decrease 10% first, so that you'll get 90 in the first year, and then in the next year if we increase 20%, 20% increase means again you'll get 108. By this we can clearly say that at the end of 2 years both the values are same, even though if we interchange their values we are getting the same values. From this we can conclude that order has no importance.
Some of the points to be remembered while solving the percentage problems are: percentage is equal to is value by of value into 100. Sometimes in the question there comes a word called in. In such cases, in comes in denominator and the other value comes in numerator into 100.
Consider some x value, let it be equal to 100. And in the first case, let's increase it by 10%. And in the second case, let's decrease it by 10%. So in the first case, we are increasing it by 10%. So 10% of this 100, that is 10. Since we are increasing, we'll add, so we'll get 110. And in second case, we are decreasing, that is 10% decrease. So 10% means 10% of 100 is 10. So we are decreasing means we need to subtract, we'll get 90. From this we can conclude that whenever there is an increase in percentage, we will add. Whenever there is decrease in percentage, we'll subtract. When two numbers x and y are given, then one number can be expressed as a percentage of another in the following ways. X as a percentage of y, which is equal to x by y into 100, and y as a percentage of x, which is equal to y by x into 100. Now let's consider some x value, that is 20, and y value, that is 30. And now if I say x percentage of y, that is 20% of 30, which is equal to 6, and also y percentage of x, that is 30% of 20, which is also equal to 6. See, in both the cases, the answer is 6. From this, we can say that x percentage of y is always equal to y percentage of x.